Hi, my name is Brandon. Me and my team have done well over $8 million in sales in the last 7 months, and these are the 3 sales tips that everyone should know, but nobody uses. Number 1, you should never use the word follow-up. There's a lot of salespeople out there who say, hey, I'm just calling to follow up. You're supposed to be closing. As a salesperson, you're supposed to be closing on every single call. Whether it's on the opening call or the closing call, you are closing. You're scheduling an appointment, you're setting the next appointment, and if you are calling to quote unquote follow up, it's to close the deal. It's to bring the deal on the assembly line to the next step. Not to just say, hey, I'm following up to see how you're doing. What do you think about this? That gives the impression that you're just kicking the can down the road. And it's also giving the customer the feel that you're prepared to kick the can down the road. Yeah, let's set another follow-up date. And then you have another follow-up date, and before you know it, you become that annoying mosquito that they don't want to speak to, and they stop answering the phone for, say, to kick rocks. Or maybe they think that you're a nice person and they're willing to speak to you, but you're not closing the deal. Just because you're a nice person doesn't mean that you're getting the deal done. So there is no such thing when you're calling into a customer as saying, hey, I'm just here to follow up. You don't follow up, you're closing. Sales tip number 2, get past the go-between and to the decision maker. There's going to be a lot of roadblocks, whether it's the receptionist or the office manager or the operations manager, but you need to get to the final decision maker, the person who can put the ink to the paper, who can finalize the deal. Otherwise, you're playing a game of telephone back and forth, and it's one person speaking to another person who's coming back to you and speaking on behalf of that person. It's a nightmare, and you're not going to get the deal closed. I tell all my guys every single time that who you are speaking to is going to determine your net worth and the amount that you're making. So if you're speaking to an office manager who's making $30,000, $40,000 a year, that's going to determine the quality or the value of the conversation. If you're speaking to the CEO and he's bringing in millions of dollars a year and you're getting him on the line, the decision maker, then you are automatically going to increase your net worth, you're going to increase your value, and you're automatically going to make a whole lot more money as a result. Sales tip number 3, if you want to make the most money in your sales office, look around you and find out who the top producer is. Seems very simple, but a lot of people don't do this. Find out who makes the most money because you want to make the most money there. Get their phone calls. Find out what they do and emulate that. Do everything that they do. Say it the way that they do. The best salespeople are the biggest thieves. What they do is they go and they speak to and observe the absolute best salespeople that there are in their office, who know the industry, who are sharp as a tack, enthusiastic as hell, a figure of authority in their field, and they emulate that. They do exactly what the person does. They speak like them. They sound like them. Their tonality is exactly like theirs. And every single thing that they do is exactly like that top person. So emulate your top salesperson and you will make the money that they make and eventually beyond what it is that they make. Let me know in the comments which of these sales tips is most valuable to you and if you're going to be using any of these in your own sales experiences.